Well, we got a new one today. Hitting the lake I fished only once before, but I came for perch. Today we're going to be trying to get some smallies. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to start with some square bills and poppers. Not bad. So we're gonna work around this, go into this bay, and then I'm gonna work back. And I think I'm gonna try to get to that point. I don't think I'll have time to fish beyond that. The wind's supposed to pick up by I think 11 or 12, so that should last me most of the day. So we'll see how it all goes. I already see little fish hitting right here, but I think we're gonna pick one up in this tree. So once I get this kayak launched in the water, that's where we're gonna start. The water looks crystal clear. Oh, gotta put that down, don't we? Let me see if I can get lucky right here. See if we start the day off with a popper fish. One more. I'm gonna do probably just this cast, and then I'm gonna switch to that square bill. There we go. First cast with the square bill. Nice smallie. Nice smallie. His lip's a little messed up right there. He's been caught a bunch. Healthy fish. Water's actually a lot warmer. My transducer must have been cold from the drive being exposed to the air, because water's 66 here. So this is definitely plenty warm enough for these bass to hit a topwater. There has to be one over here that wants a popper. So my popper rod, or topwater rod, and my one I use for chatterbaits a lot is actually the loose custom speed stick, and it's their crankbait rod, but it's graphite. I think it's like an IM6 or something like that, but it has fast enough tip to where you get a good pop, but it's soft, so they don't throw the hooks as well, and still have enough rigidness to tip the rod where it works walking baits really well too. I've been catching them on topwaters everywhere else I've been fishing for, shoot, I think almost a month now. Oh, he missed it. Well, apparently they will hit him here. See if we can get him to come from a different angle. Oh, I threw it. I didn't I didn't really film on the hook set. Maybe there's others there. That was my bad. That was a terrible hook set. Dang, I should have let him have it. I should have let him have it. It's a decent fish too. Oh, and I hooked the little one. Figures. Figures. Jeez. It's about the same size as my popper. That looks pretty good. That's, feels a little better. Not by much, but I'll take it. Take topwater fish. I'm way out here on nothing, but I did a cast just to see, and I had about a 2-pounder blow up on it. Send my popper flying out of the water. There we go. That's a good one, it looked like. Oh yeah, definitely a good fish. I'll get the net for this one. Nice. Came off in the net. Right at 2. Nice fish. Really nice fish. Whopper plopper would probably work better just so I could cover the ground really quick. Oh, got him. He came back for it. Doesn't look like another pretty good one. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. That is a good one. Oh, come on, big girl. Jeez. Oh yeah. Nice, another 2-pounder. Took a crap on me. Nice. Definitely can't complain when catching 2-pound smallies on a popper. Probably one of the funnest ways to catch them. They're just out here on this big sandy flat. I'm gonna see if one's up by this tree. It's weird, you'd figure if they're up here chasing perch and stuff, you'd think they'd be up in these trees eating all these little ones. But they're not, they're in that open water. Send one out to the open water, I guess. One thing about these, there they are. I was gonna say, one thing about these post-spawn smallies is one of the best ways to find them, because they roam in these bigger reservoirs, you know. And then once the sun comes up, they'll start hunkering down in the rocks, but until then, one of the best ways to catch these guys. Oh, well, you didn't get to look at that one very well, did you? One of the best ways to catch them, though, when they start roaming like this, is with the topwater. It has a lot of drawing power. It goes slow, so they have time to get to it. And they're just cruising these big, wide open. I mean, there's nothing here. There's no structure. That one's got a lot of fight to him, but he didn't look terribly big. But there's no structure out here, really. They're just cruising these flats looking for food. That one's a little better than I thought it was, I think. Yeah, that's a nice fish. But they're just cruising these flats looking for food. This one broke someone off. Let's see if we can help this fish out. Nice. That one's a little heavier. Alright, I was able to had a hook in his throat, and he had a Cinco stuck in him. But nice healthy fish. Get that one back. But anyways, what I was saying is, there she is, going back down. The topwater is probably your best search. Well, not just a search bait, but just catching fish bait this time of year, because, like I said, they're just roaming these big, huge flats. And you look at my fish finder, I'm not marking fish, but I've caught 3 or 4 right here in about 7 or 8 casts. And it's just because there's scattered fish cruising all through these flats. And then you come over it with a topwater, and I mean, they can hear it. They can hear it from a long ways off. So it brings them from, you know, they could be 20, 30 feet away from you, either side of your lure, and they'll come up and smack this thing. Smallies are not afraid to cover some ground. I've caught them on topwaters in 20-foot water. Come up that far sometimes. I like your traditional pop-Rs. It's just something about it. I like using them. But in reality, what would probably work better right now is a walking bait, or even whopper ploppers. I usually like using whopper ploppers in the like rivers and stuff, because with that current, using this, you know, traditional pop-R is pretty difficult at times. So that whopper plopper, you just keep it rolling, but they still work good in reservoirs too. This is just a preference thing for me. I just like using this type of topwater. Sticking with the classics. I just might have to circle back, give that another go. Oh, that was a nice one. I thought he had it. That was a good fish. Boy, that was a real nice one. Alright. I like using these. I'm not a big fan of the 3-hook ones. Do a lot of damage to the fish. So I like to use the 2 hooks. Plus I like the size profile a little better. But these are I think the Lucky Craft 200 suspending. And these go 9 to 10. And the other thing I like to do on my cranks and jerkbaits is I write the diving depth on them, because sometimes I just forget, you know. I mean, some guys are gurus with it, and they can just look at a lure and they know how deep it goes. I'm not that guy. I mean, I can get a decent idea, but it just makes it easy. And then when you take people fishing, if they're using some of your gear, you know, if they're unfamiliar, they could just look at the top of your lures and they know how deep it's going to run. when you're smallie fishing, don't be in a rush to yank that lure out of the water. I can't tell you how many I've caught when it's literally right next to the kayak. I've actually caught fish when I'm lifting it out of the water. They came out and smacked it. It's kind of startling sometimes, especially if you're in dirty water and you can't see them coming. Or if these guys are just in a topwater mood. Usually the jerkbait is money, man. One of my favorite smallmouth lures. There he is. Shouldn't have doubted him. Shouldn't have doubted that jerkbait. Nice. He choked it too, it looks like. Oh. He choked it and he still came off. What the hell? That was a good one. About a 2.5. There's enough bass here to where I want to go over it with a few different kinds of lures. Let's see if we can pick up a few more. We'll see if I can get one to smack a rock crawler. Definitely, it's rocky down there. I think that's what they were shooting up out of. I can feel it bouncing off them. So this particular rock crawler, I'm trying to remember the name of it, or the color. It's like a spring craw or something, but it's a nice one. That is a nice one. Oh, that's a good one. It looks similar to a perch, to crawdad or perch, because of the colors. So that one's thick. That is a thick fish, man. Get a little video of this one getting released. But that's what I use. So I use a few different lures over the same area, because we'll have a few that want to hit a popper. I had 2 that wanted to hit the jerkbait, and I think that was only the second cast with the rock crawler, and we got one. There it is. Oh, jeez, buddy. Skipping across the surface like a dolphin, my boy. Change it up from that square bill since I'm not getting them real tight to the bank. So I went to, that one's a 4 to 8. Little crawdad crank. There we go. Another good one. Come on, bud. He got hooked weird. You almost got me, my man. You almost got me. About a pound and a half. Try the jerkbait through here. There's one. There's one. Little guy. Little tiny one. Another one. Another little one. Where'd all my big fish go? There we go again, another little one. He's a little better, but not by much. There we go. This is a pretty significant main lake point here. It's the only main lake point I've been to. I know I called some of those other ones main lakes, but this is technically a big bay here that I've been fishing. And that's what those bass were in. They just weren't in the small mini bays or coves. But this point is a true main lake point. So I'm gonna do some exploring on it. I'm gonna run this little headhunter crank up on the shallow stuff this first pass. See if we can pick a couple up. And then I'm going to go out a little deeper. I'm either going to use a jerkbait and see if I could scare any up from the bottom, or I'm going to drag that rock crawler crank and just slow it way down, at least for a little bit. I'll try doing it slow. And that feels like a good one. I was going to say I was going to work my way out deeper, see if we could find them. This is a nice fish. Hopefully we don't lose him. It looked like I just got him with that back hook. Oh, he's there he goes. Damn it. it just went over the ledge. So we'll fling that one. I should come kind of down it a little bit. There he is. Little one right on the edge. That was a spooky experience right there. He almost got me with them hooks again. Pushing my luck, it's like a third one today. Hit it on the fall. Come here, little dude. Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Here, we'll give that back to you. There's one of them little perch. You can figure out if you're gonna eat them again or not. That thing just missiled out of them. Should put me right on that drop. Probably be coming over about 2 or 3 feet above them. There we go. That's a good fish, it feels like. Foul hook him? What is this? Oh, I couldn't even really see him. Boy. Oh, he's just a really nice smallie. Really nice fish. Oh, he's not hooked good. Whew. Got him. Oh yeah. That's a fat one. That is a fat one. Said get on that edge. Nice fish. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. I mean, I'm going to keep fishing for quite a while, but I'm running out of SD card, so that's going to wrap it up. I never ended up getting really into the finesse fishing. They weren't hitting it too good. But when they're hitting cranks, jerkbaits, and topwaters like that, not really easy to use a slow moving bait. You just keep covering the ground. And for me, it's really fun to catch on that kind of gear. But I got the perch rod set up, and I'm gonna see if I can catch some fish for some tacos this weekend. But no, it was good, man. It was really good. I plan on coming back here for sure. I can't wait to see what this lake's like in the fall. Once it drops down, those fish get even more condensed. I think it's gonna be a good time. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.